award-winning pumpkin LumiNights returns this fall to light up the sky here at Dollywood. It features beautifully carved pumpkins and larger-than-life effects. Chris Hauser is the senior events manager here, the man responsible for pulling all this together. Thanks for showing us around, and I mean, I'm exhausted after walking through seeing it all. How long does it take to put this together?
Yeah, so we work on fall all year long. You know, there's always a planning process of does anything move or shift, and is there a certain project or construction happening on park that we need to adjust some of our displays. But yeah, so we spend a lot of the year planning, and then executing. We usually start about 3 weeks ago, so you know, early to mid-August, since our festival opens a little early, and we start putting out the layers of the festival, and then put out all the displays and do a lot of cleaning and attention to detail and get it all ready for our guests.
There is so much attention to detail, and I think that's the thing that is just so pleasing to the eye when you walk through. Do you have like specific areas that are kind of themed?
Yeah, so every area has like a zone. So if you notice when you go into Craftsman's Valley, all the pumpkins in that area are green and white, and all the detailed graphic package has like a green tartan plaid that kind of matches that. So then when you go into other areas, it may be all orange with the orange graphic package that matches that. And then certain areas, you know, are themed more on the harvest side with whole and natural. And then as you work your way into the GPL zone, you know, we have the Hoot Owl Hollow area.
It's all white.
It's all white, and it's all white owls. And then as you keep going, then you enter the orange pumpkin LumiNight zone. And then that's where we have all the big icons and all the big displays. And then we start having a sprinkling of all the carvable pumpkin displays, the smaller displays. And we evolve those every year. And one of the things we did new this year is we have these real big giant pumpkins, and we kind of took 10 of them and treated them to match the roller coaster or attraction that's in that area. So there's a little display dedicated to 10 different attractions throughout the Great Pumpkin LumiNight zone.
How many pumpkins are we talking about?
So we're over 12,000 pumpkins, a mix of artificial and real, a huge portion of real. I believe we had, I want to say, close to 100 big pallets of pumpkins delivered Monday that we put out yesterday. So, and a lot of orange, a lot of green, a lot of white. And then starting this end of this week, we'll bring in our big colossal pumpkins, the ones that are 1,000 to 2,000 pounds, and we'll set up usually 25 to 35 of those throughout the lower side of the park.
When you walk through the park, is there a particular area you're like, yeah, I like that area, well, that's my area?
Hoot Owl was pretty neat because we kind of, off an idea, we kind of built that in-house and created it with many talented people, like welders from our maintenance team and a lot of people from our team, and then one of our pumpkin carver, and then we kind of built it all in-house, so that one's special. But really, the whole thing is special.
It certainly is. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
One woman is behind the carving of all the pumpkins, artificial and real, that you will see in Dollywood Park this fall. This is Jamie Hauser, and she's working on her first real pumpkin carving of the season. I'm in awe, Jamie. Oh my goodness, look at that. When you sit down and you begin to carve, how do you begin? What is your process?
So I use a China marker, and I do a outline. That's where you can see part of this.
Yeah.
And then I use a linoleum cutter and a lot of clay sculpting tools, and I start etching into the surface. And then you can wipe with a cloth the rest of that off. And then as it gets dark, I will put a light in it so I can see if it needs more detail.
Right, I love the bear. I've seen bears everywhere this year. Is this one of your favorites to carve?
It is, and it's very popular with the Dollywood guests.
I bet. I'm still in awe over the fact that you've carved everything in here. Do you carve year round?
I've been carving since January this year.
Oh my goodness. What is it like to start January in the winter carving Halloween pumpkins?
It's almost become like a year-round thing for me.
How did you get into this?
So I have worked on and off as an artist for Dollywood. I also do paint and chalk art for about 20 years, and this was a hobby. And when they developed the festival, they brought me in as a pumpkin carver.
What a dream, right?
Yeah, it was a hobby that just turned into a job.
Right. What has been the work that you do here? What has been your favorite to work on?
Like pumpkins, or probably pumpkins.
Yeah. So how long does it take to carve one of these?
Usually anywhere from like 1 to 4 hours. This one would probably take about an hour and a half to 2 hours to complete.
It's such a simple process, right? But we know how complicated it is, and your work is absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you.
You're bringing us a little Halloween this season. We love this. All right, to check out all the pumpkins here at Dollywood during the Harvest Fest and Pumpkin LumiNights, just head on over, get those tickets at Dollywood.com.